You're looking at how you will be able to measure with data how many opportunities are available and that you have available by your own skill set that will increase as you go further along, each time making a little bit more deposit in your understanding. And then when you see the data, even if it doesn't feel like you've gained much in terms of experience or understanding, when you start looking at your first week of doing it and say, well, I couldn't see much at all, Dad had to point it all out. And then a couple weeks after that, you're like, oh, I can see 1 or 2 each session, but I had 5 wrong, but I saw 2 of them that were right. Don't look at the 5 you had wrong and say, I'm failing. Look at the 2 you did right. What is there that you saw? Because that is your very first multiplier. That's your PD array. That's the thing that your eye is seeing. The other ones may be used to simply forcing because either impatience or you just didn't see it. And that's okay. There's going to be moves that's going to move without you. It's not a big deal. But you correctly manage your expectations and the assumptions of what your progress should be or shouldn't be at that time. And you can't argue with the data that says this is where you started and you had next to 0 opportunities that you identified without help. Then 1 or 2, but a lot of them you didn't see pan out. And then what will happen is that margin and difference between the ones that you thought were going to pan out and the ones that did pan out, they'll start equalizing. They'll be half and half. That's progress. And you have to give yourself the ability to be flexible in the beginning, especially in the beginning. Not to have all of this, I have to be right. I have to do it correctly each time. Because if you have that's going to stunt your growth. And it's going to cause you to have a whole lot more doubt every time you do it. And you don't seek a gold medal every time you do it. You're not looking for that. You're looking for measured progress. And the only way you get that is by keeping data on how many opportunities you study. And guess what? If you're not going to study the chart and watch it real time, you're going to have 0. You have to be in months of this. And you're studying how many observations you looked for this certain thing to pan out in price. And does it pan out? How long did it take? What time did it start? What time did it end? And then by doing that, you'll be able to look at the data and say, this is how many times I started learning this and I couldn't find it. Then progress over a couple of weeks. Then I was able to find some, but I was still picking them wrong. And then a month later, you'll have the beginning stages of equalization where you have half and half, where you'll still see some that work and others that don't. That's a really good mile marker for your progress. And then what happens is after that, the times that you do it incorrectly, they don't pan out for you, they will diminish and you'll have better, correct price delivery measurements of every time you see price behave in a certain way, it should do this and not do that. Run here, but don't go here, and see how long it takes for those things to pan out. By looking at the progress that you have, doing it that way, you have something that's statistically measured against a baseline starting point. Whereas if you don't start doing it, and you're not consistently trying to do it each day, you won't have progress, you won't have experience building in you, and you won't be able to reassure yourself and encourage yourself because the data will support that you are indeed getting better at it. Even though emotionally and psychologically, and the fact that you haven't made money trading yet, because that's what everybody wants. That's the real report card. Am I able to make money with it? Well, it's unrealistic for you to expect that you're going to make real money with it in the first 6 months. I've been very obvious and forthright with that. I've never made any kind of argument against anything less than. If you've done any kind of study at all and it's less than 6 months, I'm not surprised if you don't find success in it. Monetarily, money-wise, making money, because you don't know enough. You haven't done enough exploration in your own observations. What are you doing wrong? Because that's the benefit of having price delivery measurements where you're looking at, this is what I think price is going to do right now. And you're doing it in the privacy of your own chart. You're not talking about it on social media. You're not trying to share it. Okay? You're simply just saying, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm observing price right now, and I want to see, does it behave this way or not? And if it doesn't, wonderful, because I can go in and I can study, what did I see wrong? What did I do wrong there. Do not say, well, that one didn't work, I'll pretend it never happened because, I didn't push the button, so it doesn't make a difference. That's the wrong perspective.